Welcome to It Began in London, the channel where I document my journey as a travel content creator. And today we are in King's Cross, and to be more specific, we are in Cold Drops Yard. So let me show you the first view here. So these are gas tank holders that they've turned into flats now. Let me zoom in. Oops. No, I'm not zooming in. Oops. As you can see, I'm still very much practicing with my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So I literally like to practice vlogging with this camera, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And that is the whole point of these vlogs, is that I get to practice vlogging in public, and also I get to know this camera through and through. So let me show you another view here. So as I said, we are in King's Cross. And as you may or may not know, I like to do these vlogs all in one go. So any mistakes or any awkward moments or anything that you can see, I will keep on here. So that is the first area I wanted to show you. Let me just show you this so that you could read for yourself. So Cold Drops Yard. So the Gasholder Park, that was that. And this is where we currently are. So we are here, and I'm going to show you this area here. So this is very vibrant today. This is a summer's day. Best time to visit this area. I mean, this area it didn't used to be like this. It really evolved. I'd say 20 years ago, this was probably just a field, and now it's just unbelievable. I can hear music, so I'm not going to go that way. Let me show you. So there's an event happening at the bottom over there. So we're not going to go that way. Although there's not going to be any copyright, so that's someone singing. So this is an issue with music playing in the background, is that if it's a commercial music, I could have a copyright issue when I post this online. But at the moment, I think this is someone performing. Oh no. Oh, is it? Oh no, so it is background music. So hopefully I'm not gonna have trouble here. Okay, let's leave. Okay, we're gonna go a different way. Okay, so let's go this way instead. Okay, so once again, the whole point of these vlogs for me is not only to show you London, but is to practice my vlogging skills, because I want to eventually go out in the world and travel a bit more, but vlogging and sharing my experience. But here we are. And this is what's amazing with this camera, is that I could just flip the camera over to show you the amazing sights in London or wherever I am. Okay, let's leave. Again, they're playing the music. Okay, let's go this way. So this is what's great with this camera, also the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, is that it's so light, and also it's very discreet. So it's not like I'm holding this big camera in front of me. It's really just a stick. I'm holding the DJI on a stick, and it's super light, super easy to carry. So this is a market. They have food. So we are actually lunchtime, just after lunchtime. So let's see a bit more of this market for you. Okay, once again, we are in Cold Drop's yard in King's Cross. This is an area that has definitely evolved through time. Even the station itself. So we are going to end today's vlog at the station. But for now, we are going to be here. So you're going to see this is the gift that keeps on giving. There's a lot more to see here. Okay, so I'm gonna go up now. Okay, so also I don't want to just show you London. I also want to talk about different subjects, and one of the subjects today that I want to talk about is something that I have mentioned before in one of my vlogs, is how when you're traveling alone, because that is my first choice of traveling. When you travel alone, it's never lonely, and I want to give you some tips on how to make friends when you're traveling alone, because I think there's a lot of people who are scared or worried to be going on a trip on their own just because they feel that they're going to be lonely, that it's going to be scary and dangerous because you're on your own and you have nobody else to either look after you or care for you. And I think oftentimes we are just scared and we are just imagining the worst possible situations. But that's what I wanted to talk about today, so that to give you some tips actually on how, if you decide to go on a trip on your own, you know best how to make friends. So just before I start, I'm going to show you what's around me. So this is a lovely public space. You could sit down under the shed here, the shade, sorry. So yeah, because it's very sunny today. This is why I've got my hat on. And then if you have a family or with your friends, you come here and take some pictures. This is a souvenir shop. Once again, these are all pop-ups, and actually this is going to be here until September 8th of 2024. So this is what is happening at the moment, and there are fountains there for the kids and adults to run in. And it's really hot today. I mean, we're very lucky this year. The summer's been amazing, I have to say. We're very, very lucky. So if you have family, this is a wonderful spot to bring your friends and family here, your kids, to have a little run in the water. And this is what's great with this, is that there's an Everyman cinema, which is an outdoor cinema. Let's get closer, but hopefully, again, because we're gonna hear some bits of the movie. It's very busy today, and today we are Friday 1 p.m. in August, so everyone's on holiday, isn't it? That's the outdoor cinema. I mean, it's just amazing. So vibrant. And I have to say again, I think it's because it is so busy that once again everyone is going about their own business. That, oops, okay, I have no idea. I'm still having trouble with that face tracker on this DJI Osmo Pocket 3. If anyone else is using the DJI for vlogging and you're having trouble with it, where it's just tracking other people's faces, if you have a solution for it, do leave a comment below, please. But obviously, for me, I'm just going about vlogging, and then whatever happens, then I just try to figure it out. But obviously, because I have other things to do, look, this is what it's doing now. I think the DJI has enough of me. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I think the DJI is just bored of what I'm saying or of my face, and it's just deciding to track other people instead. So what I'm saying is, because it is busier, I think I'm definitely more comfortable with vlogging right now. And because I've been doing it for a few times now, I'm getting familiar with this. So that's good. But once again, it also helps that I'm not wearing my contact lenses or glasses, and that I'm wearing these headphones, so that it feels as if I'm talking to someone rather than on the phone, rather than vlogging. So let me show you. Right now we are going towards this market, the outdoor market in King's Cross. So there are plenty of markets. There's so much going on in this area. Hopefully you could feel the vibe. It's just great. So I'm going to try to start and talk about the tips of how to make friends when you are traveling solo. But we are approaching the market, and as you may or may not know, I do get very much distracted. But also I have the feeling that it's because once we get close to where it gets busy, there are more people, but also I'm getting closer to them. And I do get a bit shy when it comes to talking next to someone, because you can hear what I'm saying. So then I tend to just flip my camera around to show you when that happens, like now.
You're sort of sharing around now. I can't go with me.
But look at how vibrant this market is. We have drinks. I mean, look. Yeah, apple spritz, cocktails. If you're hungry, come to this market in King's Cross. This is the outdoor market in King's Cross. You can get coffee, you can get just a bit of everything.
Tasters of my award-winning London honey, marvellous chili sauces.
I love it. Ah, there are tasters also. So it's a mixture of food and clothing goods. I mean, you could find many of these in London, especially during the summer. But throughout the year, to be honest, because I have been here before during the winter, and it just gets better and better. But I can definitely, I mean, in the winter they have mulled wine, and in the summer they have things like this. So
About 17, 19, 20.
I know. Churros. All love churros, don't we? The oysters. I love oysters. So vibrant. Welcome to London in the summer. Burgers, organic salad. It's just so lovely here. This is the perfect day for this. Okay, so that was the outdoor market.
Put it on the go.
On the table.
First time wearing them out.
Okay. Right, so once again, I want to keep these vlogs within 30 minutes. And so I'm going to crack on now with my list of tips on how to best make friends when you are traveling solo. So first of all, I highly recommend staying in a hostel. So a hostel is a cheaper option than a hotel, where you could stay in dormitories where there are multiple amounts of beds. It could be up to 10 or 6 or 8 or 4, or you could even stay in private room, so you have the choice. And I will definitely do a video on its own about why staying in a hostel. So I'm only going to say this now to let you know that actually it's one of the best ways to make friends there, because when you arrive, you can connect with like-minded people right away. So anyone staying in a hostel already, they are more open-minded to meeting people, or they understand better what it is like to travel alone, or they are more open to that kind of experience anyway, because you have to share toilets and bathrooms unless you are hiring a private dorm or private room, sorry. But for example, I've given this example before, is that as soon as I arrive in a hostel, straight away I am open to meeting up with people. So it happened before when I went to Argentina or wherever I went. Whenever I stayed in a hostel, for me it was really easy to connect, simply because as soon as I would arrive, I just look to connect. I stay in the communal area, so usually there's a lounge, there's a kitchen where you could meet people, and I would say hang out there and pay attention to what people are talking about, and then you just ask them questions. You could just ask them, oh, I've just arrived, what would you recommend me doing? Especially if it's seasoned travelers, they're going to be more than open to give you advice and help you along your journey. And so that's one of the best ways for me to connect with people. I went and stayed in the south of Spain once in this hostel just for like a couple of nights, and right away I met within 30 minutes I met I didn't realize there were people around. So that's how I think once you have a purpose of saying something, you are in the flow, and then you don't pay attention to what's going on. So I'm quite happy that I didn't realize there were people around me just there. So what I was saying was, within 30 minutes, I was able to meet at least 3 people in my room because right away I would say hi. You just say hi to people, smile at them, and just introduce yourself, give them your name, and then they'll reciprocate. And straight away, they want to help you. People genuinely want to help each other, especially in a hostel, because everyone is in the same boat. And let me show you. Hang on. Once again, because then I could just feel people behind me, and I just thought, let me show you more of Cold Drop's yard. So we're just gonna walk around. In fact, now we're gonna go towards King's Cross Station. Okay, and so yeah, as I was saying, I met 3 people in my room, and right away I said to them, okay, I'm only here for a couple of days. This evening I'd like to go to this market because I had done my research and I knew that there was a night market that I wanted to go to. And because I suggested that, I then asked them, would you like to join me? And because everyone is open and like-minded, they all said yes. So in the evening, I actually had people to go to the market with, and we had dinner, and we had the rest of the evening together, and it was great. It was a fantastic evening together. So that's one way, staying in a hostel. But as I said, I'm definitely going to create another video just about the benefits of staying in a hostel. So the other tip that I have for making friends when you're traveling alone is to join a cooking class. That was one of the best experiences I had. For example, I went to Peru, and I was in Lima, and no, sorry, not Lima, I was in Cusco, and I was looking for something to do, inexpensive, and I booked myself into a cooking class. It was only $20 back then in 2015, which I really believe it was so cheap back then. And it was for an afternoon. I met with a local chef and other travelers just like me who wanted to learn how to cook a Peruvian meal. Let me just show you this first, guys, on this side. That's the Everyman Cinema.
What presents Mr.
So we are now on Regent's Canal. Sometimes there are people that have a boat and they just come up here and they watch the movie, which is pretty cool. And that's the other side. Okay, right. So to carry on my point, somebody was laughing really loud there. So the cooking class, so that chef had a shopping list for us to take to the food market in the middle of Cusco, and we had to look for the ingredients, but obviously he was assisting us also, and he allowed us to try some fruit that I would have never tasted before in my life. I didn't even know they were fruit. And so already in itself, that experience alone was amazing because I was walking in this food market and I had no idea of most of the produce that was there, and he was able to tell us about it, and I just appreciate it so much. And then when we went back to the kitchen, we were able to then learn how to cook a starter, the main meal, and a drink. And on top of that, we learned, we got to know the other people that were there. And then I was able to just connect with them. We were having such a good time. And then what happened? Yeah, and then in the end, we were sat down together, just enjoying the meal we had just made, and just connecting through that experience. And so that took up my whole afternoon. And then it also took care of my dinner. So I did not have to worry about cooking at dinner time after that. So honestly, that was so worth it. And I got to connect with people there and then. And so the other tip would be joining a free walking tour. So free walking tours are usually in every city, you could find them, and they are free. However, I highly recommend to bring cash with you to give tip at the end, because these guides, they work for free and they are so generous of their time and their effort, and they are really knowledgeable, and you do have to give tips. I mean, I've seen people going on those free tours not giving tips. It's just, I find that very disrespectful. And yeah, so that's one thing I highly recommend, not only because you get to meet other people in the group. Most often than not, people will have just arrived, and everyone's on the same boat. Again, you get to chat with them, and then the guide can also recommend places to go. He's usually a local in the area, so that's really great for that. So I highly recommend going on a free walking tour. So you could just Google free walking tours in whichever city you're going to go in, and you'll be able to book that online. So book it in advance so that they have your name in there. So let me show you now. We are near King's Cross Station. I mean, these trees make such a big difference. It's such a good vibe, guys.
I think so it might be good. That I'm on my own. Probably.
It's Pancras Square. So you could just sit here and just enjoy. Take a break. You could play pétanque at the back. Sorry. Okay, I could see I'm already running out of time, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to carry on adding value to this video. So my fourth tip would be, so what did I say already? Stay in a hostel, join a cooking class, join a free walking tour. Oh yeah, when you are going to, say, a museum, or you decide to go on your own and walk to, let's say, an iconic site, if you're on your own, pay attention to the people around you, as in pay attention to if there's someone else, let's say, trying to get a picture of themselves, they're getting a selfie of themselves in front of, let's say, Tower Bridge. Then you could tell that they're probably traveling alone, and what you could do is just to go over to them and say, and offer, would you like me to take a picture of you, for you? And oftentimes, if they are open to meet or connect, they will say, oh yes please, and they reciprocate, so they will also offer you the same thing. If they're not interested, because that happens, some people are just interested in just getting a quick picture for a reason to send to someone, and they don't really want to connect with someone or spend the day with them or whatever. They'll just say no thank you, so that's fine also. Let me show you now this. Oh, it's just so nice with the green. It's really peaceful, I have to say. We're right in the city center, in the middle of the city, central London, but it feels so peaceful. Let me see. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with what I was saying. So yeah, that's another way to also make friends, is to, like I say, you just pay attention to whoever is around you. If you're at a museum or anything like that and you see someone on their own, oftentimes that's happened many times to me actually. They would come to me and say, would you like me to take a picture for you? And I say, oh yes please. And then you just start talking like, oh, have you been here long? Or you just talk in general, you're just being friendly, and eventually you can sense the vibe of someone, like that's also important. Like, don't just stick with someone right away because they took a picture for you. It's important for you to suss out whether they're the good vibe for you. Don't feel that you have to stick with someone the whole time if you don't feel comfortable with it. So that's something that comes with time, but you do have to be mindful of that. Don't feel that you owe anything to anyone just because they took a picture for you. I mean, obviously reciprocate if you can, because they'll always appreciate that. But it's good to make friends, but you have to make sure that it's with people that you actually get on well with, or that your vibe is what's the word, that you are compatible. Yeah, that's it. Let me show you the front now, because this is great. Okay, so that was my 4th tip. I think I've got 6 of them, so let me think of the 5th one now. Oh yeah, so the 5th one is simply very similar to the previous one, but it's if you are joining an organized trip, or if you are going on an excursion, same thing is to pay attention to the people around you, as in, for example, if somebody needs help with their luggage, getting on the bus, or if somebody looks lost, and you're at the train station waiting for the bus to get on this, wherever you're going to go to, and you see that they seem a bit lost, you could ask them, do you need a hand, or do you need help, are you looking for something particular? So helping people also help you to connect with people, and you could make really good friends like that. For example, I was once on this bus on my way to Perito Moreno, which is a glacier in Argentina, in Patagonia. And I was sat on the bus, and this girl got on the bus, and she was looking at where she could sit, and I think my seat was available, the one next to me, and she looked at me, she said, can I sit there? And I said, yeah, of course. And I think because I was very open, she said it to me as well afterwards. She said, you were the only one who was smiling. So I felt like sitting next to you right away. So if you are open to people, you will be smiling, and I think it will show people. They are generally going to come to you. So let me show you now. We are in front of King's Cross St. Pancras. This is where you could get the train from to go to Paris, or Amsterdam, Brussels. And then we have there King's Cross, the station, the tube station also. Okay. So yeah, so that's what can happen. So in the end, with that girl, we ended up spending the whole day together. We were taking pictures of each other. We were chatting away. We got on really well, and that was a great thing to do, because I have great experience. I have a great memory of visiting the glacier for that, because I had a friend with me, literally, and we were able to exchange that of that moment, basically. Just because she decided to ask me if she could sit next to me, and then I just said yes. So let me see if I want to go in the station. Let me show you inside. Okay, maybe let's go in a little bit and see how it goes. Because now it's getting, the more people there is, the tighter it gets with people. And like I said, because as soon as someone gets too close, or can see me on my screen that I'm just talking to myself, then I get shy. Okay, let's try. I've got momentum now. So yeah, and what's great actually from that story with the girl on the bus is that obviously we were chatting this whole time on the bus, and then after that we went our separate ways, because that's what happens. You don't stick with each other the whole time, which is normal. And what happened was I then went on to El Chalten to trek to the Fitzroy, and there's more people now. But it's great. Honestly, the fact that I cannot see, it's really helping. So yeah, and then I obviously stayed in a hostel, and I met other girls, and we went on evening trek, and then as we got somewhere along the way, there was this guy sitting on his own, and then as you do when you travel alone, or when you're traveling in general, you just chat to people, especially when they're alone or they're friendly. This guy, I think he looked friendly, so we just chat with him, and we just said, do you want us to take a picture for you? And I think he even offered us to take a picture of our group. So then that was a very friendly exchange, and then we introduced each other. And when I said my name, he said, "Oh, I know you." And everyone was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you were sat behind me on the bus on the way to the glacier." And that was so funny because it's like, "Yeah, you were chatting to this English girl, and that was us. That's it." And that was just a few days before that, and that was really funny. And obviously, we then connected very much, and all that group of people and we just went on and trekked a few more, and then we just stayed a few days together. And so there you go, new memories, more people to meet, different ways to meet. So that's very easily how things can happen, and it can go very quickly like that, because you also realize as you travel that the world is very small. So let me show you now. This is the Francis Crick Institute. So impressive building again. So this is once again in King's Cross, and this is all new. Okay, let's go this way. There's also the British Library, which is very impressive. We're not going to go inside, but it's worth visiting if you are in the area. Okay, so there you go. So we've gone over the 30 minutes, but that's fine. I think there's a lot to show, and yeah, so that's fine, even if that happens. So my last tip, let me think now. So as I said, I do not edit things out. So I just want to push myself to be able to storytell and say things as I go, as I'm vlogging, to be able to comment on things and just be natural. And also it's just my way to get more and more comfortable doing this, just walking around with the camera. Like I said, now I've walked around and there's more and more people now, because I'm really pushing myself to go where there's a lot of people. So yeah, okay, so the last point is, and this is more of a new one, and I'm not so much of one that is using that tip myself. However, at times I have, especially in London. Now that I am in London, I've done that once I was more settled, because I lived here, so that was easier for me. But the last tip would be to either join an app or join meetup groups. So the app one, that's one that I'm less familiar with, just because I prefer meeting people face to face. So I go with whoever's in front of me rather than join an app and look into who is around the area that I am, and then connect with them online and chat with them online, and then arrange to meet somewhere, and then you don't really know them, but then you meet. I think it's great though. It's amazing if you are less comfortable with saying hi to whoever's in front of you or connecting with the person, with anyone around you. It's a great way to do it. So it's good to know all the options there is, and you have to go with what you're more comfortable with. My gosh, okay, I have to say, just now someone just walked past really close. In the past I would have just froze and I would have just gone, let me show you this. But now I have to say, as soon as I just carried on talking, which is really good. So that's yeah, that's a big improvement on my part. But actually now I want to show you this for real. So this is a big building. It's a hotel slash the station slash, I mean, it's just beautiful. Okay. So to get back to the point of joining an app to meet people and when you are traveling to make friends, I think it's probably a very good idea. But once again, you do what you're comfortable with. For me, I'm less comfortable with that, just because I'm not used to using apps to meet people. I find that it's more of a hassle to have to try to do that. Okay, now this is the library, guys. Let's go. Okay, this is going to be a much longer vlog. But hopefully you're enjoying it. Because there's so much to show, it's impossible to just not show you. But as I say, we are not going to go inside. But I mean, or maybe I could show you a little bit. Okay. Okay, no, we're not going to go in. I think I'll probably create a short video inside the British Museum. And I will, once I do it, I will add it as a card at the top of this video. So stay tuned for that. It's not going to be just yet when I post this one now, but it will be afterwards. That's the beauty of YouTube and technology. Okay, so yes, as I was saying, joining an app is a great way also to meet people when you are traveling, if you're comfortable with that. Or you could also join meetup groups. So we've got here in London, for example, something called meetups or Eventbrites. But that's more events, and that's why I prefer that. I prefer joining an event and meet people there face to face than having this person that I meet online and then you meet somewhere and it's almost as if like you have no choice then to spend time with them, because sometimes you can connect with people online just texting, like, you know, for example, if you're emailing someone for work, you could get on well, you know, you could be very friendly to each other, but if you meet face to face, it doesn't mean that you actually connect. Your energy may not connect face to face, or your vibes, or, you know, it's a bit of a, yeah, that's I think that is the reason why I'm not so keen on joining an app and meeting up people when I'm traveling, because I want to be free. I want to, when you meet someone face to face first, then obviously you can suss out whether you get on well or not, and if you don't, then you could just walk away and do your own thing. So that's the freedom of meeting people face to face. So I wanted to end this vlog at the market because there's a market in front of the station that I find it's worth seeing. Once again, I think that's the reason why this vlog is going to be longer than 30 minutes, because there's more to see. Okay, let me turn this way. Because there was more people now, and that's what I do when there are people behind me. I like to just rotate the camera to show you what's in front of me rather than my face. Okay, so here we are. This is now the front of the hotel, St. Pancras Renaissance Hotel. How impressive is this? Right? So this car is always here. We don't know the story of it, but it's always here. Lovely car. Very unusual. Okay. Right, so those are my tips. And as I say now, I just want us to walk up to the market in front of the station. And so yeah, I think today went really well. I mean, I'm definitely getting the hang of it. And I think I've come up with ways when I'm uncomfortable when there are too many people around me or too close to me. I think the too many people I don't mind. I don't mind when there's a lot of people, but it's when they are close to me and they're starting to listen to what I'm saying and then they're paying attention to it and they're looking at me, or I feel that they're looking at me anyway. That's when I get quite uncomfortable. But today's been fine, I have to say. And actually, before we get to the market, which is right there, let me show you the inside of this station. So this is still St. Pancras. Look at that. How impressive is this? Oh, it's nice and fresh because there's no sun. How cute and romantic. Okay, so this is a station restaurant. And these are the trains. And you've got the station bar over there. So this is what's great in London. There's plenty of station bars where you could wait for your train. I mean, look at this. This is such a great work of art. Unbelievable. So you could find this at King's Cross Station. Honestly, there's so much to see here. And it's right next to Camden Town. I will do a vlog in Camden. And look, there's so many opportunities for pictures. It's just beautiful. Okay, 47 minutes already in this vlog. I mean, I didn't mean to, so anyone who don't like long vlogs, I do apologize. I didn't mean to go that long, but I think I'm just so passionate about showing you London. And hopefully you're enjoying it. Okay, so we are reaching the station now. I mean, in front of the station. So let's go down and I will show you the market, and that's where we're gonna say goodbye. Okay, so today the face tracker has been good apart from at the very beginning, which is good. And I'm wearing a hat today because it was very sunny, and also I have a cyst on my eye. I've just been to the doctor to get some treatment. Yeah, so that's also one of the reasons why I wanted to sort of cover my eye. But so yeah, today no makeup, nothing. And that's also one thing I wanted to show, is that sometimes you have to just do what you have to do without getting too ready or prepared. In fact, I hadn't even planned on doing this vlog today. It's just, again, through work, because I ended up here. I just thought, let's do a vlog now. And to be very honest, I already had another vlog ready to post. To edit, because I've started to do this in advance to help myself out. But that last vlog that I wanted to edit, unfortunately the sound was not good. It was my own mistake. I put the microphone somewhere else than under my chin, and I've learned that unfortunately I've lost now that footage, because the sound, you cannot hear what I'm saying through all the sound, so the background noise, I mean. So yeah, if you are doing this and you are using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 with the microphone, all of that, make sure you put your microphone right here. I've got it here now. So yeah, it's unfortunate for that. So that's why now I had to vlog again, a new one. I've lost the other one, so now it's forgotten about. But yeah, so here we are, guys. We are in front of King's Cross Station once again. So this one is the train station, not the one that goes abroad, as in France and the Netherlands and Belgium.
How much would you like free bed?
So let me just show you this.
You guys definitely are.
This is very, it's got like Borough Market vibes, to be honest. Very similar. Oh, it smells of cheese. Oh, let me try.
We haven't got children.
Well, I can 75. I'm 54 now. I'm an old man.
But you're rocking the new though, just saying.
Oh well. If I come and eat that cheese, it's going to
I
come
love
out.
cheese.
It's
Okay. Okay.
that one with the teeth. You see it in the movie, it's running at you.
Yeah, the bread and head cake.
It's dried meat. Samosas. Bread ahead. They make good stuff. I mean, none of it is healthy, I must say, but tasty. Ah, okay. So yeah, Borough Cheese Company. Oh, wow. Sandwiches.
You start to say bye to everyone.
Feel free to always come here again.
So that's it. That was a little market in front of King's Cross. And I'm going to say bye now because I could see it's already gone up to, oh, now the tracker was playing up again. Let me go here. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today. It's gone much longer than I wanted to, but hopefully you found value in today's vlog. And feel free to subscribe. I have to add these things. Actually, I've discovered that I don't actually say any of that. But make sure you subscribe if you enjoy my vlog, if you want to hear more about solo traveling as a female traveler, or even my tips can also go for anyone. You don't have to be a female. Anyone traveling alone, hopefully you find value in that. And if you enjoy London, if you want to explore London with me, I am based in London and this is what I do. I just walk around London and while I'm vlogging about subjects. And so if you are enjoying this kind of vlog and you want to see my progress, because once again I vlog everything in one go, I don't edit too much. It's just for myself to document the progress, to see how I'm doing and see where I could do better. And I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, so if you are looking into getting yourself this camera, I highly recommend it, and you could see what it's like, what I do with it. And yeah, so please subscribe to my channel, share the video if you've enjoyed it, or you know anyone who would be interested in this content. Leave a comment below if you have any more tips on how to make friends when you're traveling alone. Feel free to comment and help other people who are interested in traveling alone. And yeah, like my video, subscribe, and comment in the section down below. So that's it for today. I am going to say bye-bye and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.